Hyperlite Mountain Gear released another tent that I've seen very little coverage on, the Mid 1. So let's check it out. I guess I didn't mean to destroy the box that much. Inside the box, we get the tent itself. Now, this is an incredibly lightweight, single-person shelter that should weigh a little more than my Plex Solo, but should have a couple of key benefits to make that worthwhile. Here's what you get in the box. Mid 1 tent white. This is a Dyneema composite fabric tent. Love, like, it's a full shelter, and that thing, it's just so lightweight. Actual weight on my scale here at the house, 1 pound, 1.0 ounces. So 17 ounces, pretty close to what they said on the website. I mean, obviously, my scale could be off a little bit. I'm excited. Let's go outside and check it out. Okay, so spoiler alerts, through the magic of video editing, it's actually like a day later. I set the Mid 1 up and have had a chance to like play around with it for a few hours, go inside, outside. So let's talk about the things that I like and I dislike. The very first thing I like is actually one of the main reasons I bought this tent in the first place. Look at this. It's got a zipper. My Plex Solo does not have a zipper. It has like 2 hooks and a tensioning line, so I really just like having a zipper. Yes, it weighs more. Another thing I like is how many stakes this thing takes to set up. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the functional setup. Yes, it has additional guide points out here on the sides if you want a little more space or you plan on being in a big storm, but just basic structure overall, that's all you need. The next thing I like is another thing that's like my Plex Solo doesn't have this. It's magnetic clasps here for the front door, so check this out. I hate using toggles on tents. Yes, they're probably a little more secure, but they're just a pain in the butt to use. Check this out. Boom. Magnets. They're from the future. The next thing I've really liked is look how big this vestibule is. I cannot believe how much space is in here. I'm not even in the tent yet. Like, the tent has a lot of space too, and we'll talk about that in a second, but just like you could keep a whole person totally sheltered from the elements just in the vestibule alone. It's not quite double your space, but it's almost double your space just in this spot out here. That's so cool. But the thing that I like the most, and the whole reason I bought this tent in the first place, check this out. You see this? Look where I'm standing. I'm standing in front of the pole and I'm walking through it. There's no line that has to go from the top of the tent out. I hate having just like lines going through the front of the tent, especially as I'm trying to get up and out through the night. I love that it maintains structure with the front totally open. It's so good. Something of note is this takes a really long trekking pole to make this work. I believe it's like 135 centimeters. Even my biggest trekking pole doesn't do that. So something else I like is included in the kit is a pole extender that ensures that you get enough structure by raising this up as much as possible. But something I don't like is that pole extender. I do not like that I need to carry around another thing to make the tent work. Yes, I'm sure you could set this up without that, but it's the summer. I want to set this up for the maximum airflow possible because it is brutally hot outside. So I'm kind of stuck carrying around this extender. It's another thing to get lost. It's another thing to add weight. So I like it and I dislike it at the same time. The door to the tent is fine. It's not the big half moon shape that you see in the Plex Solo, and it doesn't immediately fall on the ground when you unzip it, which is good, but I don't like that the main like vertical part of the zipper is like right in front of my pole. I kind of wish this was reversed so that I could get in and out of the tent without needing to like be so close to the pole. I backpack in very mosquito and tick infested environments, so I try getting in and out as fast as possible without as much zipping around or leaving this open. Inside the tent there is plenty of room. Now I'm only 5'6", so that's not like a big shocking statement. I can fit myself in a lot of places, but I do feel like I could fit myself and my gear in here pretty comfortably. I like on this, as opposed to the Unbound tent that we talked about a few months ago, there is no CM mesh all the way around the corners, so there's not that Dyneema on bathtub thing on the floor, which I really do feel like would cause a lot of condensation problems. Here, even though it is a single wall tent, condensation should be able to run off of this outside of the tent and not give you any problems. One thing I would say that I don't like about the tent though is, so for the seams, they have these bonded and taped, but it doesn't look like they did that great of a job. If you can see here, we're already getting some of the seam tape like coming up and off. This isn't everywhere, but there are some spots on the inside of the tent that are not the greatest. I'm not very thrilled with that particular part of the workmanship, but all in all, I'm really excited about this tent. There's a lot of things here that I really like, and I cannot wait to get this out on the trail and give it a thorough breaking in. But what about you? Have you considered a Hyperlite Mid? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, click here to see an even lighter tent. Thanks for watching.